This is episode 14 of The Investors Podcast, and I just want to say that this was our interview with Guy Spier, and he was very generous with his time. He afforded us about an hour and 50 minutes of his time during this interview, and so what we did is we split this interview into two parts. So this episode is going to be about 45 minutes long, and then next week we'll release the second part, which will be about another 45-50 minutes.
Broadcasting from Bel Air, Maryland, this is The Investors Podcast. They'll read the books and summarize the lessons. They'll test the waters and tell you when it's cold. They'll give you actionable investing strategies. Your host, Preston Pish and Stig Broderson.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? This is Preston Pish, and as usual, I'm accompanied by my co-host, Stig Broderson. And today, we've got two guests for you. Hari Ramachandra from Bits Business is with us, and he's helping us interview our guest who we are just thrilled to have on the show today, and that is Guy Spier. So I know I sent out a couple emails to some of the people in the audience, giving people an idea of who Guy is and that he was going to be coming on our show. So let me just open up by saying that Guy is the best-selling author of the book, The Education of a Value Investor, and I can say unequivocally that this book was Stig and I's favorite read for 2014. In fact, I was talking to one of my close friends, Colin Yablonsky, on the phone the other night, and he told me that he was recently reading Guy's book, and he said that he finished two-thirds of this book in a single day. And he quoted something like, you know, Preston, whenever you're receiving that much value, it's really hard to put something down and walk away from it. So I know it might sound like we're really promoting Guy's book pretty hard here because we're literally looking at him and have him on the show, but if that's how you feel and you don't want to put up with our perceived bias on how good Guy's book is, I encourage you, go to Amazon, pull up the general public's comments and reviews of his book, and you will see how many 5-star reviews there are for this book. So in one phrase to the audience, this is a must-read book, and we highly recommend that you go out and get it. And if you forget the name or you want to be able to pull it up later on, we'll have that in our show notes, and you can link to that and check it out. So here's a little background on Guy. So Guy graduated the top of his class from Oxford University with a degree in economics. After graduation, he was awarded the George Webb Medley Prize for Best Performance in Economics that year. In fact, his performance was so stellar that during that time, he became a contemporary of David Cameron, who was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. After he attended economic tutorials with the man in charge of the entire UK, Guy decided to take some time off, so he went to Harvard Business School.